Ka Meghalaya Cricket Association MCA kalapentip bakan seng ya ka Cricket Academy ha East Giant Hills bat kamadan aji hikai bakerpang ha Jowai West Giant Hills ka balong ka sinjam ka bakongsan ban kentiu ya ka yalek kai cricket ki samla rilum Giantia. Kani ka jingtmu de ka balam khamat da ka East Giant Hills District Cricket Association bat ka West Giant Hills District Cricket Association na ka benta ban penbiang ya ki jaka hikai ki bayadei bat ka juk menta ya ki samla yalek kai cricket. Ha bakren ha ka jingalang baningkong jong ka Apex Council ha Jowai ha ka khat pratarik urempang u President ka MCA u Naba Bahata Charji uloong baka jingang nut jong ka MCA kalong ban kentiu ya ka yalek kai cricket na du na tenrai. Ula penpau kumba phitim ha ka cricket ne kino jingalek kai kam don ka por syong than. Anda kot kawe ka ayom ka jimban kre na benta kawe pat ka sedang marmar. Nila IT ban kentiu ki sap hapo shnong bat kini ki jing sedang thamai kin ai ka jihikai ka bakongsan ya ki samla cricket jongi. Ka MCA kadang pelet jingmot ha ka ba penyari ka jingalek kai cricket ha keleng ka Meghalaya. Ka MCA kadang penbiang ki madan ha Nongston ha Mendi Pathar bat ha Mukla ha West Giant Hills ha ka ba ka Mukla la thmu ban pelong jaka pedeng jong ka jingalek kai cricket bakongsan ha kini ki arnelais number 1. Da ka jingkershan jong UMLA ka Jowai Wailat Miki Shila bat ka sinjuk cricket jong ka West Giant Hills District kani ka project ka thmu ban penbiang ki jaka yalek kai ka ba bahatam. Ka Apex Council kalapen scam ru ekinongkit kam jongka hadien ke election shiteng samoy ke bala pelong kat kum ka kendon 15 jong riti sensyar ke MCA na ka jing no kam u honorary secretary. Uba Ronald Kharkam ni ubade u vice president ula syakjiet kum u honorary secretary kat ba seng na moment ula syakjiet kum u vice president bat u Gideon Kharkongor kum u member councillor. Kani ka jingjiet nongkit kam kalalong ha ka khatlai trik rempang. U President ke MCA u Bahata Charji ula banjur ya ka jingdon kam jengki program aji hikai bat don ya ki coach bala pentebit ha ki district. Omla ban syujiet ya ubriu kum u coach. Ki ha ban sedang na ka kerdan u nang ta kiyo sya ka kerdan bat khatdu sya ka kerdan B. Ngi kwa bamanla ka district kan don la ki jong kino hikai bala pentebit namar ka jingal kai cricket ka de ka technical games bat kelongkong san bha banyo ya ka jihikai na du grass level ne tenrai ula ong bat benrap baka MCA kala ajing kershan pisaru syaki seng district na kabenta ki program ajing hikai ka MCA kayai beteng bat persyang ban penbha ya ki madan yelek kai cricket hakeleng ke jela Meghalaya ki madan yelek kai bathamai ki bala sedang ban penbha kalong hamau kerwat bat Nongston ha ka ba ka nongkra kala pau kum ka jaka bakongsan na ka benta ka jingalek kai ha ka kerdan junior hadin bakla pelong ya ka lumpung jong ka than syatei la mingi.
In conformity with our policy of Meghalaya Cricket Association taken last year, we had decided that the Apex Council meeting of Meghalaya Cricket Association will not only be concentrated in Shillong, but we will move on rotation to all the district headquarters. So we already had in Tura, Nongpo, and now today we had just completed the Apex Council meeting of Meghalaya Cricket Association in Jowai, and we are really thankful to the West Giantia Hills District Cricket Association for hosting this Apex Council meeting. We have also Ma Eddystone Shela, who is the president of the West Giantia District Cricket Association. We also have the vice president, who is also a member of the Apex Council, Ma Arwat Sumer. So our main agenda of today's meeting was the announcement of reconstituted office bearers of Meghalaya Cricket Association. So this by-election was necessary because our outgoing honorary secretary in the AGM of MCA held on 23rd November expressed his desire to be relieved because of his professional commitments and family commitments. So accordingly, we requested him, but he did not consider. So accordingly, the Apex Council of Meghalaya Cricket Association met on 22nd January and decided that as per clause 15 of the Constitution of Meghalaya Cricket Association, which is under the heading vacancies, there is provision that if in case of any death or resignation or removal of an office bearer or an Apex Council member, by-election can be held. So accordingly, we in the Apex Council decided to have the by-election, which should be held within 45 days. And in the intervening period, the Apex Council decided to nominate Reynold Kharkamni, who was the Vice President, to take over as interim honorary secretary till holding of the elections. So the post of Vice President became vacant automatically, and it was unanimously decided that Mr. Seng, who is member councillor till that time, take over as the Vice President. And we also felt that Mr. Gideon had put a number of years, and we wanted him to be somehow associated, if not with full responsibility. So he was unanimously nominated to be the interim member councillor till holding of the elections. So our electoral officer was W. Khilap, and he was the former Chief Electoral Officer, Government of Meghalaya. Khilap IAS retired. So he was asked and requested to conduct the elections, and accordingly the elections were notified as per the BCCI guidelines and the different clauses in our constitution, and the election was nominations and etc. were called, and on 13th of February, the results were declared after the prolonged process, wherein it was found that only 3 candidates were Reynold Kharkamni for the post of Honorary Secretary, Mr. Sengnap Momin for the post of Vice President, and Mr. Gideon Kharkongon for the post of Member Councillor of the Apex Council filed their nomination. There were no other nominations. So accordingly, the 3 of them in their respective posts was declared, and accordingly white letter MCA by-election 2025 Apex Council 01 dated 13/2/2025, myself in the capacity of the President of Meghalaya Cricket Association submitted a report on the by-election to the Board of Control for Cricket in India. So I'll read out the operative part and introduce our new office bearers after the by-election. So they are no more interim from 13th. They have taken over as their honorary secretary, vice president and member councillor. We also had some discussion on the preparation of the coming season. As all of you know that in cricket or in any other sports there is no off season. One season is over, preparation for the next season started, and we had a very fruitful meeting at Jowai, thanks to the West Jaintia Cricket Association, and we had drawn out some approach and blueprint of moving ahead for the coming season. We will meet more often and concretize the whole structure so that we can improve on what has been achieved during the last few few years, and the Apex Council are all united. Whether people are in the Apex Council or outside, are all committed, particularly all the district association, to take cricket forward in our state. And our main focus is to improve our own local players, which is very, very important, and it largely depends on the District Cricket Association. Meghalaya Cricket Association will not compromise on this aspect. We need to develop our own players. It may take time, but ultimately it is our own players, our own local players who will have to come and carry the mantle of our state as cricketers, because cricket is growing in popularity. We have also, as you are aware, identified a plot of land in West Jaintia Hills at Mukhla. All of you were present when we signed the lease deed, and we are committed to develop this ground. It is very strategically located, not far from the highway, and we are really thankful to our Honorable MLA Wailat Shala for his support and the initiative taken by the West Jaintia District Cricket Association, guided and headed by Ma Eddystone Shilla. So I think we will also today go and see the progress of works as soon as we receive funds. Now it is being done from our own resource and all. We will be releasing some funds so that work can progress, because we want this, once this ground comes, it's not far from Shillong, not far from Nongpo, not very far, easily accessible from Garo Hills also. So this will also be one of our major grounds in the next 2 to 3 years. This is the commitment, and we are committed to keep our promise of developing this ground. You see, cricket is becoming popular, and as far as Meghalaya is concerned, we have a very rich legacy of cricket in our state, particularly in Shillong and Tura, because right from the British days, cricket has been played there, and subsequently, even our seniors, when we were playing, it was also the headquarter of Assam Cricket Association. Shillong was the headquarter. And Shillong used to send 5, 7, 10 people, players to represent Assam. The first, Meghalaya is among the states where the first Ranji Trophy match was played in 1948. There are very few states in the country where Ranji Trophy match was played in 1948 in Garrison Ground. We are unfortunate that we lost this ground to the army authorities. In 1948, between Assam and the Uttar Pradesh Cricket Association. It was played in 1948. Subsequently, cricket grew here, but you are right, it was more Shillong and Tura centric. Now, Meghalaya Cricket Association, after we got the full membership, we have been involved in broad-basing and popularizing and spreading this game. And how we are doing it, our different districts are the electoral college. Districts have powers as per our constitution, and we were encouraging all the districts to become affiliated with Meghalaya Cricket Association. I'll give you an example of, earlier it was All Jaintia Cricket Association. It was Ma, Eddie, Barenol, myself, Mr. Du, all of us who are here. It was the magnanimity of All Jaintia. They said, let East Jaintia also come up. And it was Ma Eddie only who took the initiative to see that an association is established there, so that more players get the opportunity. Similarly, we had Southwest Khasi Hills. We got them affiliated. We get a number of players for them. West Khasi Hills was already there. Then East Khasi Hills. You see Shillong, like Mumbai Cricket Association and Maharashtra Cricket Association. So here Shillong Cricket Association was already a part of Assam Cricket Association till 2009 when we got the affiliation from BCCI. So we wanted even East Khasi Hills to be a part of the whole cricket popularity and urging and promoting and inspiring young players to take up cricket. That was recently we have given affiliation for 2 years on a probationary period to Eastern West Khasi Hills Cricket Association. If you go to the Garo Hills zone, except Southwest Garo Hills, all are affiliated to us. TDCA is there, North Garo Hills is there, East Garo Hills is there, South Garo Hills is there. Only Southwest Garo Hills and West is not there since TDCA is already there. So it was not only affiliation. When we started getting some funds from BCCI, we also started giving funds to the districts to hold inter-school tournaments, to build these grounds, the pitches, and your box nets, holding the league. So just not affiliation, also supporting. Last year we also decided to encourage all the district associations to come up with their own academies. You see, it has to start in the grassroots level. And for this academy, we are also giving financial assistance to all the districts. We are encouraging the districts to develop their own coaches. And in cricket, you just cannot develop coach, nominate someone that you are the coach. They have to start from level O. And if they do well in level O, they are sent for level A, then level A refresher, level B. We want the districts to have their own coaches to train, because as you know, cricket is also a very highly technical game. It requires a lot of infrastructure, your kids, and your coaching from a very young age. If in cricket your foundation is not strong, it will be very difficult to move ahead. Then we have been very hopeful of our girls doing well. They are doing well, we are encouraging them, and at the same time we are also urging the district associations to take up in a very systematic and planned manner, and the entire drawing board concept is passed on to the districts how to move forward. So this is what we are doing. Now we come to ground. We have a new ground in Nongstoin now. We have opened, last 3 years, we have opened a ground in Mokarat in Mountain. In 1 year's time, 1.5 years' time, we have developed a ground at Nongkra. The man who did it is sitting to my right. We had held a Northeast tournament there. And if you go and see the ground, it will be the hub of our junior cricket. It has come out very well in 1.5 years' time. Kurkalang we have taken over, where our indoor is coming up, because we have a lot of rainfall. And in 2017, when I was in the BCCI's NADP committee as the convener, we had moved the proposal for setting up indoor. And now it is being done in all the 6 northeastern states because of the high rainfall. We cannot play throughout the year. So that also is coming up in Ribhoy. In Mendipathar, North Garo Hills, where our vice president comes from, we have a wonderful ground. Negotiations are on the Mendipathar college ground. Even if you don't get that ground, there are other plain areas. There is a plus point, and it is only once the highway is complete, it will be 2.5 hours only to reach from Guwahati. Alot Grey, you have seen from this year we could make Alodre one of the BCCI, your registered and recognized BCCI center for BCCI matches. And we had one Sikanaidu Trophy match, and from next year we'll have minimum 3 matches, if not more. So it becomes a permanent BCCI center, but we have to maintain that. So in East Garo Hills we had a ground, but now unfortunately what has happened is it has been taken over by Khelo India. In South Garo Hills, in Nangal, we have a ground. We are trying for a ground in Nangal where the Coal India ground is there. So discussion is going on. So this has been in brief our efforts to broad base and take cricket to the masses. And it should not remain as an elitist game, which you understand that only the elite, like golf. Who plays golf? Hardly 15-20 people. But we want to make cricket fully broad-based. We don't know when one Dhoni or one Harmanpreet from where they may come out. Last 3 years, from having 8 to 9 coaches, now I think we are having more than 25-26 coaches from the BCCI pass level or level A. As far as selecting coach is concerned, here the district has to play the more important and active role. Meghalaya Cricket Association can support, send them financially, but the selection process of coach at the district level, the first level is level O. For that, the district has to find out who is the person who had played cricket earlier, whether in Clarion or in Shillong or in Jowai, who has got idea how to pick him up. So that has to be done at the district level, and all the districts are trying, because you see overnight it cannot happen. Why I'll tell you, you see today the established states in the country, they have been playing cricket for 50-60 years. We have been recognized now only 5 years. So we are still in a very nascent stage if we compare. We have a lot of catching up to do. Catching up people who are 60 years ahead of us is not an easy task. But we are not discouraged by that. But rather we are more encouraged that if it took them 50 years, we will try to achieve that in the next 10 to 15 years. So that is our commitment, and for which we need the help of all cricket lovers, all people who are involved in cricket, district association, media, everyone. Even the media has played a very important role in disseminating and popularizing cricket all over. Your role also has been very important and exemplary to us. So with the help and support and coordination of all, we intend to move forward. We are moving forward, but slowly and gradually. Once we showcase our performance in the national level also has been good, and it is a good thing that our local boys and girls are performing. Our main focus is that, as I told you, that we want to promote, and that is why we are going to the rural areas. Even investing, if 100 players come up in an academy, out of that, even if we get 5 players, we will see that it is a big blessing for us. If we get 5 from each district, you see we are getting 40-45 players. So this is our concept and our approach plan. I will tell you a brief example. Last year, myself and Lee and other members of West Jaintia, we are visiting all these schools that jointly, both boys and girls, you allow. We will set up box net, we will give you playing kits, and we don't want your ground. Just give a small place in the corner to put up 2 box nets to start. There also the cooperation of the school authorities were not forthcoming. Number one, you know football is easy to play. One ball and you have your boots, you can start playing. So football is given more emphasis. Number two, as far as the girls are concerned, still with tennis ball it is fine. But when it comes to graduating, playing with hard ball, there is some inhibitions among the girls. So once the trend comes, but if you go to Mairang, you see the girls on their own, they are playing in that college ground. Many of our state team players are coming from Mairang and mostly from West Khasi Hills and parts of Garo Hills. So there is also a mindset and approach of parents. So we are also appealing to the schools, appealing to the parents. Our state team players, we call the parents also when team is announced, when they are going out on tour, counseling them, capacity building of the parents together with the children. Yeah, so they are also both MCA and district both has to come together. Then you need to have the number of players. Then number three, the funds which MCA receive from BCCI is only 10% of what other states are receiving. So we have one fund is the infrastructure fund, one is to run the day-to-day affairs. So all these issues are also there. So that strategy is very important, and you have to cut the cloth according to our need.
Academy for East India, we are going to start within this next month, I think. We have already sanctioned toilet on the ground. There will be work, they will be starting within this month only. So, all of you, West India?
West India, just 2 months back, 3 months back, we went to the Jowai public school because there is a land in the campus only, and then with the managing committee, we sat along with our committee from the West India Cricket Association and the managing committee of that school. So request them to give the plot of land to construct the concrete pitch. So 2 times we sat in the meeting along with the TSEO and the managing committee, including the headman also in that locality. So finally, they will allow they give the area to start because that is the best place because they have in the campus. So suggest that the public school is the best. So now we look forward to searching again the land to get for that academy.
You cannot blame. Rumalong started with a lot of hopes. But now a stage has reached there where we have received a letter last week that they have said that new alignment of road, highway is coming up. So that land also falls within that area of that expansion. But you see, we were not sitting idle. When we saw this happening, the West Jaintia District Cricket Association immediately took initiative, and with MCA we have identified another ground, and you can go and see that work has already started at Mukla. So we wherever opportunities are there, we are not sleeping. This much I can assure you. Whatever thing is given to others is straight, we are also giving to them, and they are also, like our honorary secretary said, that the academy is going to start now. And in the meantime, Kishan Lingdo and other players, I am grateful to Shillong Cricket Association, that Mark and all, that they are allowing to play in the league of Shillong League. So we are asking them, maybe from this coming year, they'll start their own East Jaintia League. We have discussed it. They will start their own league, inter-school. So it will come up. In the meantime, other districts are accommodating the players. They are not left like this. This arrangement has also been made.